cooking video. What I have here is coconut oil. I love using coconut oil because of the flavor. It has absolute amazing flavor. And the white part of the spring onion. So I cut the white part, separated it from the. Here is the green spring onion, and this is carrots and peas. Carrot and peas. So this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna put in the stew. So I like putting the garlic first. Once the oil is heated up, once my coconut oil is heated up, I put the garlic first just to get that nice flavor of the garlic. See, it has a little coloring, and that's the curry. So the curry with the garlic is the first thing I put in the hot coconut oil. And then I put to get all the flavor out from the garlic. So when the oil is fully heated up, I put the white part of the spring onion. Keep stirring it to get all that nice juicy flavor all out of the onion and the garlic. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on low heat. Low heat here. She'll let it steam for low heat while I'm trying to get all my tomato all blended up. And here's my little cooking helper, Duke.
Hi.
Always helping mommy to cook.
And I really love toys.
I know, he loves cheese. And now he has his own little blender where he's trying to copy me.
Yeah. And I'm trying to learn how to be a father to my kids.
Oh, you're gonna be an awesome father, Duke.
I'm take a shower and I put these clothes on.
Yeah.
And it's so cute.
Yeah, that's just so cute. Okay, now Duke, so we're gonna continue blending our bell pepper. So in making
our bell pepper.
yummy
He's the bell pepper. I know you like bell peppers.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat the bell peppers?
Now we have to blend it. So I have here my blended, my chopped. I diced it in the nice chunks, so it will be easy on the blender.
Yeah.
So this is the red bell pepper, and then this is the orange bell pepper.
Yeah.
The red one, and then this is the yellow one. I put just little yellow. I prefer to use
you
more
can cut
orange.
it in half if you want.
And more of red, just to give it that nice reddish coloring. And then here I put lots of garlic and ginger for a nice flavor. This is what makes a difference in your stew. And then I just put a little tomato. I prefer not to use too much tomatoes because the little tomato the better, just so it doesn't give it that soury taste. I love using more bell peppers because that's what gives it the unique flavor that my family loves. And here's my daughter, Kendra.
Hi.
My little helper.
Hi. I like to help my mommy cook.
Yeah.
And I love cooking with my mom. And that's why I have a mini kitchen in my room. So I can learn how to cook for my own kids too. Yeah, and me and Chandler both love toys.
Yes, so my kids love cooking. They love to cook a
love
lot
to
because
play.
they see me cook a lot.
And
they sure love
is
to
gonna
eat.
jump in
We're gonna
the
put more
bell
in the
pepper.
blender.
Oh!
No messy, honey boy. So I'm gonna blend all these up and I'm gonna be back to show you how this nice yummy stew is gonna turn out.
Yeah, and he's
And now I have my chicken that I've pre-cooked. After making chicken, I love to leave it in a pot, cover it for like 7-8 hours, just so that all the water, chicken water, is gonna get inside the chicken and give it that nice juicy yummy unique taste when I air fry it. love to air fry because it's healthier. To avoid all the, too much oil and all the fatty oil. And now this is the chickpea and black eyed peas with little sweet corn that I made. My kids, they sure love this, but this is not what we're doing today. So today we're focused on making chicken stew. So we're gonna use a little of chicken water and make this yummy stew. Okay, so I'll be back with you guys once I'm done blending.
Yeah.
Let me get started. Okay, so this is the first part of the tomato all blended. So I like to, while my onion is steaming, I love to blend just so that it's ready for to start pouring the tomato and the bell pepper as I'm blending. And that way I don't have to store it somewhere. I'm just pouring it right into the pot, which is exactly what I'm gonna do now. So I have the first part blended up. So now here it is, nice, juicy. I'm gonna pour it here just so it's steaming while I blend the waters. So I'm gonna leave it a little in the blender just to give the rest of the tomato and blending a little water to make it easy on the blender to blend. Okay, and I'm gonna blend the rest of it just like this, and then I'll be back once they are all just nicely blended. Okay, so friends, so I keep pouring the blended tomato paste and bell pepper paste in the oil. And remember, I always leave it at low heat while I'm blending, just so that it doesn't cook too much before I blend the rest of the bell pepper and tomato. And look here, I always use onion. Onion is a secret for nice yummy stew. I blend a lot of pepper, onion, a lot of it are right under. I use like 2 large onion ball. Yeah, so that's how I do it, guys. Lots of my friends always say, show us how you make this stew. They love to come to my house just to eat this stew. So I decided to just make a video today. This is practically gonna be my very first cooking video. I just want to put it out there and lay my secret stew recipe out there. I mean, the world is about sharing, right? So if you can put it out there. So I decided to put my secret recipe out there. If it's gonna make someone happy or make some family improve and be more joyful and happy while they're eating this yummy stew, that is what is gonna make me so satisfied. So guys, here it is. I'm just gonna blend up all the rest of the stuff and add it into that steaming oil and stew already, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is like the last of the tomato that I'm pouring in the pot. So this practically took like 5 of this blender. All the bell pepper and the tomato took like 5 full blender. Yeah, that's how I love to cook. I have pretty medium family size. We're just like 3 kids and my husband and I. Yeah, but I cook like this, right? My friends say I always cook as though I'm preparing for an occasion. Yeah, because my family, they love to eat. So whenever I'm cooking, it's like I'm hosting an occasion. Yeah, that's what you get from having a large family. So now that I've poured all the blended tomato and bell pepper in the pot. I'm just gonna turn on the heat to medium. Yeah, now we can all start boiling in together, and the pot is gonna start coming together, and all the ingredients is gonna really start blending. Oh god, it smells so good already. Like, I wish the video can show the aroma of how good is already smelling in here when it's not even boiled yet. I'm just gonna stir it all in so everything is all stirred inside, and I'm gonna let it to boil. So this tomato came out really thick like this just because of the way I was blending it. Remember when I poured in the tomato, I always leave like a little just so I can use the water, leftover tomato water in the blender to blend more. That way it comes out really thick like this. Otherwise, if I'm just adding water straight from the top, then it's gonna make the whole tomato to be all watery, and it's gonna even take longer time before it all dries up. Yeah, and remember, the secret to the yummy taste and the well-cooked taste is that this tomato needs to dry up to the point that you start seeing oil settle on top of it. Now that it's all blended together, mixed together with the oil, it's not cooked, it's still kind of raw. So we need to let it cook until all the oil comes back on top. Make sure everything goes in from the blender right in here, and I try to always avoid, I mean, it's tempting to rinse this with water, but remember, once you do that, you're pouring more water here and you're making it longer for this to get dried up. So try to avoid that temptation. You can let it tilt it as long as you can until you're sure everything goes right into the pot, just so you can avoid putting water and rinsing it in. So this is it, guys. The stew is already half cooked like this. All the flavor and all the ingredients is already blended in together with the tomato, so we're just gonna let it dry up, and then we're halfway done. So I love to leave it open while I'm waiting for it to boil and dry up, just because if I have it covered, I mean, it's kind of defeating what I want to achieve, which is to get the tomato to dry up. So when I have it covered, it's like just cooking, and it's gonna even take longer. So in order to make this stew faster, I let it open just so as it's drying up and cooking, all the steam is evaporating and getting done faster. Right, guys, so we're gonna give it some time, say about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're gonna come back to see how it's all turning out. See you then. My rubber is boiling already. Can you see that? Yes, boiling. So while we're waiting for it to boil and cook and get all dried up, we are gonna start air frying the chicken. So here is it. Do you believe, guys, that this is all pure chicken oil? Yes, tastes so yummy. I use it to fry eggs or make quick rice, fried rice during the week for my little ones, for my kids. Pure natural oil. If I use part of this chicken oil to mix with the coconut oil in the stew that was boiling, so it was full. The oil that I got from the chicken I made this morning was like full, almost here. So I just took a chunk of it to add to the coconut oil, just so that the stew comes out really good the way I like it and the way my kids love it. So now I save this remaining part in the fridge that I used during the week. So this is it, guys. This is the secret you've been asking me, and here is all of it. I'm laying out there for you guys. Try as much as possible to eat healthy. And one thing, guys, that I've been trying to do is to go organic. It's been so hard because I have kids, and most times they love to eat lots of stuff that are not organic. So as much as possible, I'm trying so hard to probably start my own garden in my backyard, start planting things, vegetables and fruits to eat, because I know guys, that in the long run that is what's best for me, best for my health, and best for my body, and not just me, for my family too, for my kids. Yeah, so guys, that's what I'm working on. And once I can get my gardening strategies sorted out, I'm gonna show you guys, and then we're gonna go on that journey together, because I'm a preacher and I'm a believer of healthy food and healthy eating, because I can see how it helped me. And look at me, like after 3 kids, I'm still like this. So this is how I look. And if I look at my pictures 10 years ago when I was single and not married yet, this is how I was looking back then, and this is still how I'm looking right now, because I am super conscious of what goes into my mouth. It's not easy stuff, because I see lots of yummy stuff that my kids love to eat, and trust me, I'm always tempted to try not to deprive myself. I take a binge of everything. I try to just take a taste, right? Just so I'm not feeling like I'm missing out from anything, but not too much. So the secret basically is to taste it, right? Because if you don't and you're just looking at it, you're gonna feel like there's something you're missing. Pizza, burger, whatever it is, I take a bite, but that's just where it ends, a bite, right? Just so I satisfy my cravings, and to tell myself that it's no big deal, I'm not missing that much, right? Yeah, so that's it, guys. So we're gonna check on this too here that is cooking. Oh yeah, so you see, guys, the oil, some of the oil is settling back on top, and that tells us something. It tells us that the stew is cooking and it's getting dried up. So when it's completely dried up, all the oil is gonna come on top and settle right there. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna let it to still continue to cook. It's coming out real well. The aroma is all over. It has filled and saturated my house. So this is how the stew should look like, for you to know that it is ready. Like, it is cooked, almost dried up, not completely dry, but at this point you can actually start putting your ingredients. Remember, prior to now, I haven't put anything aside from the coconut oil, the chicken oil, and the tomato and the bell pepper that I blended. And with everything that I blended inside, the onion, the garlic, the ginger, that is all that is in here right now. And then look at that. Before I start stirring, did you see the oil, how the oil is settled on top? That's how you know that it's ready to start putting the other ingredients. So now I can stir in, and then I can start adding. At this point, tomatoes start splashing. This is when it starts splashing, like getting crazy. And this is one part that a lot of people don't like in making tomato stew, because if you want it to really get dried up,
it really starts getting crazy and splashing all over the stove or your gas cooker. Okay, so let's start putting our ingredients now. So this is the point I start putting my salt. I put a little bit of salt just because I'm gonna still put chicken water, so I don't want it to get all salty. By the way, I love to use pure fine sea salt. This is sea salt. It's healthier. So this is some of the chicken water that I'm gonna add later on. And some of the chicken water that I sieved out before I started air frying the chicken. So now that I have little salt, depending on how you and what you eat, you can put either salt. I know some people don't like using salt to cook, maybe because of health condition. So you can put either salt, pepper, and some other spice. I like to go simple, very simple. So I can put this Knorr spice, Knorr chicken spice. So remember, I already put a little bit of curry at the beginning in the oil I was frying. So just this is like Knorr chicken fine grater. It's already grinded, very smooth. So I could just sprinkle some. 1, 2 teaspoons, not too much. You don't need too much spice already. Remember, you already put all your natural spice, the garlic and the ginger while you're blending the tomato. So at this point, you don't need to put a lot. Once the tomato is dried up with the oil, all this aroma, the ingredients, the spice, the tastiness is already inside the tomato, so you don't need to pour a lot anymore at this point. Just little salt, little Knorr chicken, and that's practically it. And pepper, depending on the kind of pepper you like. I know some people love this lemon pepper. I already put some of it in the chicken water when I was spicing. And since I'm gonna use chicken water, remember all the spices are already in the chicken water. So at this point, I am very careful what I put because I'm going to get a lot of that spice from the chicken water. So this is garlic salt. I don't need to put more garlic because there's already enough garlic, organic garlic that I blended. So I could put some, or this is chives. Yeah, put it in a different container so it can be confusing to know which is which, but looking at it I know it's chives. So I sprinkle a bit of it here and there, not too much, just a little taste there. And then I put my Italian seasoning. I love to put that. I love to put little rosemary too, and my Italian seasoning. So these are the two things I put, and then that's it. So I put like a teaspoon of rosemary. So a little more to make it a full teaspoon of rosemary there. And then I put my Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon too. So this is a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Put it right there. And then I stir. Bring it all together. Stay a little bit away from it. And right now the tomato is going all crazy. Splashing here and there. Still getting dried up. Nice and tasty. At this point, the tomato is practically cooked. You can see, even while you're stirring, you don't see the water anymore. You just see oil rising up there. So that tells you that the tomato is completely cooked and fried and dry. So while I was turning it, it was kind of burning. I can lower the cooker a little bit now. Just lower it from medium cook a little bit, just so it's not splashing too much and getting all crazy. That's it. So at this point, I'm gonna add in my chicken water just to get the stew all settled in and not too splashy. And this is it, friends. So I've put the chicken water in there, and that is all. Really simple, straight to the point. Remember, all the juice and all the nice ingredients already is in the chicken water, so that is gonna bring its own taste. That is the major reason why I didn't put so much spice after the tomato paste was dried up. So I just put little light spice because I know that already chicken water is full of spice. So all that is left to go into this stew would be just the spring onion. So this is the green part of the spring onion. Remember at the beginning I diced the white spring onion and the green spring onion. So I separated it because I prefer to put the green part of the spring onion at the end. So once this chicken water brings to a boil for like 10 minutes, then I'm gonna add this remaining ingredients. So this is all that is left to add, and then this yummy stew is ready. And this is my secret recipe, guys. This is this stew. Most of my friends drive 1 hour or 30 minutes drive all the way to my house just to eat this stew. This is how I make it, and that made it come out so well. So after 10 minutes, guys, I'm just gonna put this green spring onion part and carrot and peas. So carrot and peas, I'm just gonna pour everything together. I like to wait a little bit because I don't want this to be overcooked. If you see, this piece already is soft. It has been boiled already, so it's soft, so I don't want it to overcook if I put it now. So I have to wait for this to bring to a boil before I pour this. So I'm gonna see you guys when I'm ready to get this all poured in. All right, friends, so now that the stew have come to a boil, that is when I put my carrot and my peas right here. And I'm gonna let it boil a little bit before I put this spring onion. That will be the very last thing, and we are done. There you go. So I just stir it in. All nice. So these two have coming together properly now, and it looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. all fresh. Okay, so I'm gonna let this boil for like 5 minutes. Remember, we want the vegetables to be fresh, juicy, and crunchy. You know, the carrots to be crunchy when you're eating this stew, and yum. So we're gonna let it boil, just simmer for 5 minutes, and then I'll pour my onion in, and voila, the stew is ready and so delish. It smells so good already in here. So I'll be back with you after 5 minutes. You see that, friends? Do you see that nice bubbly stew? Yes. When I see this, I know that my stew is done, and it's properly cooked. See how the oil is just on top, and all the ingredients, and the stew is all below bubbly. Yes, this tells me that my stew is done, and at this point I'll just pour in my spring onion green, and the stew is ready. So ready to be devoured. See? Look at that. Look at that. So nice. So nice. So now that I've poured my green spring onion, I just stir it, and once it's properly combined, perfect. So this is it. This is how you want your stew to come out. So now I can just turn off. See how it's bubbly, friends? Beautiful. All done, all ready, all juicy, all delish, ready to be eaten and devoured. I'm just gonna turn off my cooker now. It's all done. So now I'm just gonna leave it to settle in and just steam out. At this point, I prefer not to cover the stew. You know why? Because it's just freshly cooked out of the fire. If you cover it, all the steam is gonna go inside and then make the stew to be watery. You can notice that from the beginning of this video, from the beginning as I was making this stew, I never put a lid or a cover in it. That's how I prefer to cook it. That way it helps the stew to evaporate and cook faster and dry, and the tomatoes and the bell pepper to dry faster because it's evaporating. Nothing is covering up the moisture is not being condensed by putting a lid on the pot. So this is it. So I still leave it open just so it can cool properly and nicely, and then after a few hours I cannot put a lid on it. And even when I'm putting a lid on it, friends, I'm not gonna totally cover it. I'm just gonna put a lid on it just like this, something like this. I'm just gonna leave it slightly open for a few hours until it's all cold. Look at it. See how that oil is just on top? It's beautiful. This is how your stew should look like. This is it. Okay, friends, if you like this video and if you like how I this yummy delicious stew, give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to my channel to see more of this healthy delicious foods that I make. And not just food, I put
everything out there and how my routines, my daily routines, and we can learn together. I mean, I learn from my friends too. I learn from people, and I learn from a lot of YouTubers also that do different stuffs and that I'm not good at, and I learn from them. So we can continue to learn from each other and share and grow together and have a happy life here online. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye now.